This video is turning out a little bit longer than what I normally like to do. I would say this is more like a chill session video where it's something to watch while you're just kind of hanging out with your dolls and just like chilling. We'll see, because my raw footage here is about an hour long and I need to condense this down to maybe like 30 minutes or so if I can. So I can't do a restyle in this video with this doll because it's just too taxing for me to do that right now, and I don't want to jeopardize my health by like pushing myself to do more than what I can handle. Thanks for joining me, Gypsy, today on Broken Dolly TV, where I have this first look and first impressions of Fashion Frontier doll number 2, numero dos, who is a Nichelle sculpt from the Model of the Moment series. There is a distinction between this Nichelle and the other Nichelles that Mattel has, because I believe there's like 2 other Nichelle sculpts, so we have to differentiate them. That's why we call this one Model of the Moment Nichelle. But yeah, we're gonna pull her out of the box so we can see what she looks like. This doll is amazing, just looking at her through the box. The details of the box right quick, you can see that it's kind of like a galactic night sky theme going on here, with a clear panel in the front, but the sides are actually tinted purple, or like a see-through purple. I don't know what kind of purple this is, but it's a kind of purple, okay? So I gotta get her out of here because I really need to touch her hair. Like, you don't understand if you don't know what stimming feels like. The satisfaction that I get from touching the doll's hair, I can't even describe it, and I'm not about to. So I gotta take her out of this box, but I just wanted you to appreciate the packaging of this doll. If you're an inbox collector, this is how she's gonna come to you. I can't imagine how you guys do this. How do you collect dolls in box? Like, this doll is the only doll that I've ever felt the need to keep just the way she is in the box. I don't feel this compelling need to take her out of the box. It might be because I already have a bunch of Simones in this like dark skin tone, and she has a very fantastical look. Like, look at her eyes. They look like cartoon eyes. So maybe that's what it is. I'm not really like a fantasy doll collector. I just caught this doll at a super good price, and I love the color scheme and like this bracelet thing she's got going on back here with the beads. I like all of that. It looks very elegant and very like posh, and I don't really collect stuff like that, so I thought maybe I would do that with this doll just because the price is so good. But it kind of bothers me that she's not really looking to like straight ahead. She's looking off to the side. Her head is a little bit tilted. So I might have to open the box to fix her head so she's looking more straight ahead. I don't know why that bugs me. I'm like kind of weird. I need for my dolls to be looking at me directly when I see them up on the shelves. Unless they're like in the middle of a conversation with each other. But it just bugs me that she's looking off to the side. I'm over here, ma'am. Can you turn your head? No, you can't because you're a doll. It messes with my OCD. But this doll, I don't have to worry about that because she is meant to be played with and posed. She's got a made-to-move-esque kind of body. So she's got joints that are, you know, they're supposed to be posable. So we're going to do that. We're going to take her out. Let me stop rambling. But yeah, as you can see, the theme of the box is very spacey. It's got like 3D components to the box, so you can get kind of the scope of all of these little shapes and planets and stars and yada yada yada. She's supposed to be like a space cowgirl, but let's pull her out the box. So when you take the insert out of the box, this part down here is super heavy. It's making a lot of noise. Underneath this cardboard piece here is basically a little contraption that's holding the pieces of her stand in there. So make sure you take all of that out when you are removing this doll from the box. Obviously, it's rattling around, making all this noise, so how could you forget? But sometimes people get, you know, excited when they're pulling the doll out, and they might maybe miss something like that. I'm trying to figure out what happened to the pieces of the stand, but that's where it's hiding. I'm sorry, a doll like this, she just should automatically come with a hairbrush. So much hair, like, and this hair is in braids. And look at how far it's coming down. So when those braids are unraveled, that means that we're gonna get even more length, especially because all the hair is gonna be wavy inside of the, you know, when you loosen up the braids. So her real hair length is not even gonna be evident until you straighten the doll's hair. Mattel, where is the brush? And this stand is very unique. I kind of wish that they had made it so that you can pick which side you want to display. I kind of like this side, even though it's supposed to be the back. The whole thing is like sculpted, and of course it's plastic, but it's like a shiny pearly kind of color, which is very different than the one that the first doll came with. I think it was the same shape as this one, but hers, I believe, was pink. I don't have that doll, so I'm just kind of going off my memory here. But I think hers was a colored one. I love that this one is just a plain color. It just suits my aesthetic so much. I'm like, you know how I am about pink, you guys. I'm very averse to the color pink. Makes me want to throw up. On this doll, the only pink I see is in her eyeliner, so I can deal with that. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start with her. There is like, the outfit itself looks so intricate, and I feel like I'm like really stretching calling this an outfit, because how is this an outfit? Like, it looks like cosplay. Like, where are you going like this, ma'am? You know what I mean? Is it like, what do they call those, a hoedown in like some country neighborhood someplace? Maybe that would be the only time you would have a reason to be dressed this way. Going to a rodeo show and you're like, you're in it. I don't know where she's going. So I'm not saying I don't like the outfit. I'm just saying outfit is kind of a stretch. You know what I'm saying? More like a costume. Can we just appreciate how beautiful she is? Literally just as is. Like, honestly, I can see if you were someone who likes to display your dolls as is, this is one of those ones where you will not be disappointed. You don't have to really add or change anything about this doll the way that she comes. And because she has joints, you can pose her on her little stand and she will be okay for a little while. So you get bored with it and you want to switch her out. Or if you had the other doll, I would definitely want to see how the two dolls' outfits look swapped around on each other. That would very much intrigue me. If you're somebody who has both of these dolls and you're a YouTuber, I implore you, can you make a video where you're swapping the outfits so we can get a look to see how they compare on each other? I would really love to see that. She's just gorgeous. Now, I thought when I was looking at pictures of this doll that she had more colors in her hair, but as you can see here, it's pretty uniform. If there are any colors here, it's blended in pretty well that I can't really tell at a glance what other colors might be in here besides brown. Like, it looks like pretty much one shade of brown, but it's a shade that, you know, with the lighting kind of goes from light to dark almost. It's just like a chestnut brown when I'm looking at it. But how dope would it be if she had other colors mixed in here, like maybe some highlights or even shades of purple would have looked nice in her hair because the purple packaging that she came with. If you're someone who likes to reroot dolls, this might be a nice little project for you to do, to add some purple streaks or some lighter brown tones or blonde into this hair color to kind of liven it up. Yeah, in the promo pictures, it did look like she had different color hair mixed up in there, but I think it's the lighting. We won't know for sure until I take these braids down and really look closely at her hair, but it's such a beautiful color, brown next to her skin. Anyways, I can't wait to look at more details about this doll. Where should we start, you guys? I don't even know where to start. Let's just take a look at everything she's got on. Well, let's study this magnificent beauty together, starting from the top, because I don't know where to start with her. It just looks like there's so many things to look at. I'm gonna remove my bracelet right quick because it's clanking and distracting me. So the doll comes with this very pretty hat. It's very simple. It's a black hat that's actually tagged down with this waste of plastic that we all know Mattel loves to do, but at least they didn't poke any new holes in the hat to get those stupid tags in there. It's just the same one that they use for the rope that is tied underneath the doll's head. So, thank you. It's got a molded design on it. The hat feels like rubbery and it's flexible. And then we've got this painted like silver kind of rim here. There's another, looks like a piece here that's molded on that looks like a belt, but this piece does not have any painted details on it, which I think is really a missed opportunity for a doll that costs $80 freaking dollars. Come on, Mattel, you can do better than that. And of course, we've got these giant holes right in the back featured on this beautiful hat, because that is where the T-tags that was holding her head down to the plastic in her insert came out. So thank you also for this wonderful detail, Mattel. We can always count on you to make sure that dolls have tons of wasted plastic and holes all over their clothes, despite the fact that they're supposed to be fashion dolls and we want to preserve their clothes. Who cares about that? Anyway, you can also see that she's got these giant dangling earrings, which I did like the design of initially, until I saw up close that it says in very bold letters here in black, fashion, which I think is so corny, as if we don't know that this is a fashion doll. Once again, Mattel just rubbing the obviousness all in our faces. So that's great. The other side says Frontier. So it's got Fashion Frontier on each side. Honestly, I could have done without the lettering because I would love to reuse these earrings on other dolls who are not part of the Fashion Frontier collection, but whatever, who cares what the consumers might want. That I think you could easily just paint over with some metallic silver nail polish or something, but I mean, why should I even have to do that for an $80 doll, Mattel? I just want to know your thought process. Okay, so we've got some little plastic tabs here holding the earrings in place, which I will eventually cut off because there's all kinds of distractions here with the plastic and then another piece of thread, and they just love to waste plastic at Mattel if you haven't figured that out by now. So while we're on her head, let's just take a quick look at this doll's face. The face is everything. I feel like this is like the main reason to add this doll to your collection, despite all the other things about her that I really do like. I think the face is beautiful. Nichelle sculpt is just beautiful in general, and it is a very difficult sculpt to come by as far as how common it is. It's not overly used. So if you're looking for this face sculpt, when you see a doll pop up with this face sculpt, it's like you kind of have to just grab it, especially because Nichelle face sculpted dolls tend to go over the asking price later when the doll is discontinued or like harder to find with retailers. So if you don't want to be spending $200 on this doll down the line, then even though $80 is still a little exorbitant, this may be your only chance, or you might have to wait a long time for another Nichelle sculpt to be used. We just don't know. So if you're looking for the sculpt, I highly recommend this doll for you. Her face screening looks pretty good. I don't see any pixelation here, which is a good sign. Her eyes are colored like a honey brown type of color, and she does have some exaggerated eyeshadow. I think we could have done without the white eyeliner. It's a little bit, for me, it's a little off-putting. Maybe people like this style. I know she's supposed to be like a fantasy type of character. If you're into that, then yay. But for me, because I just like for my dolls to look like everyday people, when I see this look, to me it looks like she thinks she's going to an event, a party, like it's not an everyday kind of a look. So at some point in the future, I may customize this doll to remove this white line. I don't mind the pink eyeshadow, but the white line is a little distracting. I do love the lip color though. Then the shine and gloss of that lip is so on point. And for once, Mattel didn't give us some weird bright pink crazy red kind of lipstick for the skin tone, so I appreciate that. I love the like rosy cheeks that they gave her with the blush. All of that I like. The makeup overall, I do like it. It's just that one little detail with the white line is just like, why is that there? But but she is very pretty still. That line there doesn't take away from how beautiful this doll actually looks. Now moving on to some more of her outfit. It looks so complex. Like maybe I'm wrong. Why did you do that? Why does this fucking thing not want to stay put? Can you stay put? Oh my god. I swear I hate fighting with Mattel's stands that just will not stay put on our dolls. When are they going to develop a better stand than this? Mattel, I give them no like breathing room for mistakes because they've been around so long. They are the trendsetters of the doll industry when it comes to fashion dolls. Everybody's copying Mattel. So, like, you gotta do better, Mattel. Okay, please. Stop cutting corners. Stop trying to be cheap because y'all love wasting plastic over there. So just waste the plastic in a good, useful way instead of a useless way. And maybe you guys will actually make more money. You ever think of that? No? That's what I thought. Anyway, so her outfit is like, there's layers going on here. Layers, okay? I'm trying to figure out the configuration here. Her hair is actually tied down to her hand. So let me just remove this because this is making it difficult for me to really like get in her outfit. Come on, doll. Can you work with me? Listen, we got rules around here and you're going to have to assimilate quickly if you want to fit in. All right? I'm just letting you know now. Don't say I didn't warn you. I got witnesses. You've been warned. Thank you. So this is what the front of the poncho is looking like. Bro, like, can we, like, why is everything sewn down? Y'all, if you only knew how irritated I am having to deal with all this waste of plastic with these people. Mattel, this is not optimal, all right? Okay, back to the show. Where was I? Finally, taking a look at her gosh dang poncho here. Oh, so that's how they got it on her to stay. See, why do you guys have to tie everything down when it's already tied down to the doll? Like, bro, I don't understand. Here's the design from the back, which I think is really cool. It's got like a sun rising here, or is it setting? And the little spokes. This little sewn on patch here, that's a nice little detail. I thought this was like a vest or a jacket or something when I was looking at pictures. I did not expect for it to be like a poncho piece, but I guess it totally makes sense. And I was also saying when I was speculating about this doll, how much she reminds me of like a Native American girl. What do you guys think? Totally, like this face sculpt definitely gives that kind of vibe. As you know, they use the sculpt already for Frida Kahlo, and a lot of Mexican people have indigenous roots, so I would not even be shocked if this doll was low-key supposed to be depicting a Native woman, but that's the vibe that I get when I look at her, so I'm gonna go with it for the character that I'm creating for this doll. But the poncho here obviously is one piece, but the way that it goes on the body is with these straps here that you put on over the doll's arms, and then you just slide it up the arms, and it's going to see how it goes underneath the body here, so that's where it rests. So that's how it's staying on the doll. It almost feels like a cape, kind of. The top that she's wearing is actually just a tank top. Right here, these black lines, those are the straps for the tank top. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like that might be... Okay, let's take you off of here, because this is distracting me. Jesus Christ. Can we just be easy? God. So it looks like the shirt is going to be strapped in the back with Velcro. So many straps. What is going on? Okay, there's 2 straps per side on the shirt. How about on this side? I only see 1 strap from this side. Am I bugging? Or are they overlapping? Oh, they're overlapping with each other. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Didn't expect that. What's going on? The hat. Can I see if I can take this off? Oh, it just comes right off. All right. What's this? This is a piece of cardboard that's lining the inside of the hat. Do I need this in here? Or can I take this out? Let me see. Mattel, y'all be just sneaking ways to waste cardboard, plastic. And I know what they're going to say. Oh, it's to protect the vine. Shut the hell up. You're not trying to protect nothing. Give me a break, okay? Would you stop it? I ain't falling for the nonsense with them. Anyways, so this thing, you just tie it around the doll's face, her little chin. I would say probably, though, I would tie this first and then put it on the doll. Because I feel like that would be easier. I wonder if it could just hang from her neck, like on her back like this, too. That may be a cool look. But since the hat is off, oh, look at her hair. It is so flat. Like, how did they get it so flat like this? But there's so much hair. I don't get it. Or is it not a lot of hair and it just looks like it's a lot because it's long? Is that what it is? Is all the bulk coming from the length? Because this hair down here is so bulky. Like, look how much hair there is. We're going to take that out and look. But I just love how flat they got the pigtails to be. That is awesome. I hope they didn't like sparsely root it up here. It's got big bald spots and then all the rest of the hair is down here. That would be crazy if they did that. Whoo, Lord, let's hope they didn't, y'all. We're gonna find out. But let's just deconstruct this outfit right quick. So let's take this thing off. Let's take off your little poncho. Can I look at it real quick? Here's what the inside looks like. Oh, this is the little strap. Okay. Huh. That is interesting. I've never seen a piece like this by Mattel. And then you've got these little fringe tassels down here. Very interesting design. I wonder if this is something I could also put on my male dolls. Or if it would be not broad enough for them in the shoulders. But I don't know. I'll probably try it at some point. Oh, this material though. It's very, like, see how it looks kind of like denim? But it's very slippery. Huh, interesting. I don't know exactly what to call that because I'm not a fabric person, but that's interesting. And it's also kind of iridescent. Can you guys see like the rainbow colors in the light as it moves? This is very, very cool. I love that. And just another closer look at her hat design. You can see here how it's shaped and it's got all these little molded on details as well. And the brim is colored on the top and the bottom. I might even go in with some metallic paint and just add in the detail of those buckles there, just for a little bit more detail. Okay, moving on. Gotta speed along here, people. Her little top here, definitely some kind of suede kind of material that this is. It's not like regular cotton or polyester. If you can you see how it looks kind of like suede? That is dope. And then we've got these little fingerless gloves that she's got on with these wonderfully painted on, so realistic. Looks like it's supposed to be like string threaded through these circular openings, but of course we could not be bothered to have any realistic pieces there to look that way, so that's what we got instead. I kind of wish they would have just made the whole thing black and just stopped teasing us already, Mattel, because like, why do you have random rope up here that's tied? It is a little confusing, just a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, what is going on? Her hand is painted with nail polish, and we're matching nail polish. Yours is white and mine is white. What? That was a total accident. Okay, but that was a happy accident, like our friend Bob Ross used to say. So we've got a cool looking buckle on her belt, and we've got these chappy chaps. That's what these pants are called, with the hole here in the middle for when you're riding your horsey, to give you some room so that your legs can wrap around the horse's big giant body. Little pantalones that she's got on underneath, they're actually just shorts. So this is also the same suede material as her top, which I love. I'm so happy about that they didn't like skimp out on the fabric there. And then we've got the tassels going all the way down the sides of her bell-bottom pants. And you can see that the pants actually, they like swoop here in the middle. It's not like a straight cut. Another interesting detail. And we have some more threading here that's sewn on, where this piece like almost looks like a patch that's on top. This is two separate pieces of fabric on the bottom there with that little detail. That is really awesome. I love when they add some real detail with the fabrics and stuff. Now this here is not two different fabrics. This is all like painted right here, or printed I should say. And the pants are also the same shiny, slippery kind of fabric that was on the poncho too. So how does this open up? Is there Velcro here in the back? Yes. And does that mean, oh wait, does that mean that the belt is not removable? Okay. So the buckle does slide, it moves from side to side, but you cannot detach it. It looks like it's all together, one piece. And the pants, can we take these off so we can look at your boots? So the pants off of her looks like this. And this fabric, I must say, I do like that they chose this fabric, because not only does it feel very smooth and like it's gonna hold up over time, it has a level of stiffness to it where it keeps the shape of the pants. So you don't have to worry about like it being all wrinkly and weird on the doll and not sitting right and having to keep adjusting the shape of the pants to get this like bell-bottom-y kind of look. So I really like that they use this fabric. It's very interesting. And underneath the pants, we just have a little bit more wasted cardboard. I know you think that this cardboard is here to protect the doll's vinyl from something, but I promise you it's not. Mattel just needs an excuse to keep throwing cardboard and plastic away. This cardboard, I think, is actually just to keep the joints steady when the doll is in, you know, her position, like when she's being displayed, if you don't want the legs to be moving around, so that the doll isn't like, you know, flipping backwards like this while she's being displayed. So that's all it's doing. It ain't protecting this doll from nothing. Anyways, look at those thighs. Bra, 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 bra. What is this body type? I don't know. I think this is called, what do we call this body type? I want to say, it's not athletic. It's superhero. That's right. It's the superhero body type. So she's like a little bit muscular. She's got double joints in the knees and the elbows, though you cannot see them. And that's the only part of the body that has anything to do with made to move. Everything else is just a regular standard joint that you normally would see in any other articulated Barbie doll. Here is the details of the boots. The boots go up a bit past her ankles. They do have a painted detail on the toes here that look like, it's supposed to look like, what is it supposed to be, like metallic or something down here? And do I see paint on the buckles? Yes, I do. Okay, wasn't expecting this. And also you see that the spokes in the back are also painted. If we could get my camera to actually focus so somebody could see goodness, the way that looked when it was blurry is how my vision just is default right now, okay? Like, I cannot see you guys. Yeah, but I just got some new glasses. They're on the way in the mail, so maybe that will help me while I'm trying to recover from my stroke damage to my optical nerves. Oh, look at her. She is so pretty. I love the skin tone and face sculpt combination so much. It is like perfect. Yeah, so those are all the pieces of her clothing. You see that the hand is painted. Let me see if the toenails are painted. Can we take these off right quick, ma'am? Ooh, she just knocked the hell out of 35th anniversary Teresa in her box. Girl, this girl is violent. Girl, you better relax. I told you there's rules around here. What are you doing? Anyways, she does not have an ankle joint, which I am grateful for because I cannot stand an ankle joint on my dolls anymore. They just make everything so wobbly and annoying when I'm trying to like pose my doll. Anyway, my camera does not want to focus, so I gotta have an attitude with it. Yeah, unfortunately, her toenails are not colored, which I shouldn't be surprised by because they're covered up by boots. Who's gonna see it? But she does have a really pretty foot mold that's slightly different than what we normally see with our Barbie dolls with articulated bodies, because unlike the Made to Move dolls, see how she's got like a dedicated foot, like this is her right foot and it looks like a right foot, and then the other one, if I take the boots off, is going to look the opposite. So that's something that's unique about this body sculpt too. And if you're wondering, the shoes are, you know, they're like flexible kind of material. It's the squishy kind. Now, other than her earrings though, I don't see any other jewelry on this doll, which I think, again, for $80, since y'all already love to waste plastic, Mattel, why not give us some, you know, a necklace or some bracelet? What's the harm in a couple extra pieces of plastic? It is what it is. She doesn't come with all of that. So, and taking a closer look at her hair without all this bulky stuff on her, you see how far down this hair is coming with her clothes off. Oh my gosh. Yo, the hair is past her feet and it's still not the full length because her hair is in these braids, and the braids are going to cause waving of the hair, which makes it even shorter. Like, do mine eyes deceive me? I'm so shocked that they went with a design like this for a doll like this. This is so amazing. Wow. I'm going to have such a good time trying to like basically like duplicate like a Native American feel and look for her, especially playing around with her hair. My son has some friends that participate in powwows, like they go and they dance for the powwows. And back in Washington, there's like a huge Native American community in Washington, and also here too in Oklahoma, although we haven't really had a chance to explore it. But it's so beautiful to see the native people kind of getting in touch with their culture. The great thing about Native people is that, you know, they accept you even if you're only part Native. You don't have to like, I mean the people, not the government that wants you to prove how much Native blood you have, but the people. If you are engaged in your culture, they're so encouraging about people exploring their Native cultures and learning more about it and trying to keep the culture going. I love that about Native Americans, and like my family is also part Native American on my dad's side, so that really means something to me that people are holding on to their heritage even if they're very mixed, you know. And my son, he had a friend who's half Korean and the other half is part white and Native American, and she introduced him to the powwows over there. So like her and her cousins and my son would go and they would like dance. And it was really, really fun to see that and to kind of like see the kids connecting to these cultural roots that aren't really advertised in the mainstream. And I just really liked seeing like how the combination of traditional clothing with the modern style accessories and clothing and things like that the younger people were incorporating into their dress when they were coming to the powwow. I thought it was so cool. And so I think I want to do something like that with this doll for her character. I kind of have a character in mind that I want to like impose on her based on a real Native American woman that I know. And she was one of my mentors when I was a teenager, who gave me a Cherokee name, Tojua, and I think I'm gonna give this doll that name. Tojua means red bird, which is the Cherokee term for cardinal. And the reason why she gave me that name was because I talk so much. But actually, like, she said she saw me as someone who was a messenger that always had like a message to give to people, and that was kind of what she saw as like the essence of my personality. So that's what she thought of a cardinal bird is like associated with a messenger bird, and that's why she gave me that name. So I think I'm gonna call her Tojua as well. I think it suits her. I was thinking about a different name for her, but I think this one will suit her a little bit better because of the personality that I want to give to this doll. So her earrings are the dangling kind where you can remove the bottom piece, this part, so you don't have to have the doll rocking the big chunky piece if you don't like it, or if you just want to give her a different look. The earring does detach from her ears very easily. It's the removable kind, so you don't have to worry about pulling on the doll's vinyl trying to get the earring piece out. And you can just reattach this bottom piece with a hook that just snaps in place like that, so you can get that dangly look. The earrings will move. It's quite large, so it's a little bit awkward. It still looks good. So this beautiful girl, we're gonna try to explore her hair. I'm trying to figure out if this hair is actually two-toned. In some lighting it looks like it's chestnut brown, then in other lighting it looks a little bit lighter and darker. So I don't know if there's actually more than one shade of brown, but let's loosen up these braids and see. So as I'm taking her really beautiful hair down, I'm just noticing that the braids in her hair are actually two different sizes. We've got one big bulky braid and then another one that's about half the width of that one. And they've just been overlapped and tied together at the bottom. It looks like she's got a full complete parting that's going all the way down her scalp instead of just stopping here halfway. So we do have a center part that's going all the way down. Please, 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 somebody say some prayers to the dolly gods that when we get to the top of her scalp, she do not end up with a bunch of bald spots. This is unheard of, that Mattel gives a doll this much hair and there's not an ounce of gel anywhere to be seen. What? Her hair is not crispity and it is not crunchity. What is happening right now? I feel like I'm in a different dimension. Can we give a round of applause to Mattel for managing to not put a ton of gel in a doll's hair here where it was clearly unnecessary to do that. Also, the braids are very loose. They're not like really tight braids, which I think would have made them probably look smaller. So I think they made them into loose braids on purpose so they would seem as if they were like bulkier, because there's a lot of hair to have to wash if it was covered in gel. Ooh, look at these pretty waves. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so pretty when we unravel it all the way to the top. And I just want you to see the difference in the side that has been unraveled and the side that is still in the braids. You see that the hair is coming down a little bit longer on one side. Not sure if you guys can see the difference here, but I can see the difference when I'm looking at the doll. Before I go ahead and take the other side down, I was like, hold on. What if I take all this hair out and it turns out she is bald-headed? So I removed the ponytail that was holding the pigtail in place here. Ooh, just look at this hair, y'all. Like, I could totally see Aryan from Barbie Nation literally just twirling around and around and around in his room with this doll. Doing like a whole 360 shot with the doll's hair just flying in the air. It's just so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. I don't think I felt like this about some doll hair in a long time. I thought I felt like this about my Style by Design 2 doll, who's got massively long hair that's like way down past her waist. And that's probably like the most luscious hair that I've seen on a doll in a long time. But this got her beat. I'm sorry, Carlisle. This got her beat. Let's just take a look at the scalp to see if we're going to be disappointed once we take down the other side too. What kind of rooting we got going on here? So at least here on the bottom half, it doesn't look sparse, okay? Now, let's keep going. Are we going to find a bunch of bald spots? Because y'all, oh my goodness, some of these dolls, Mattel is not exempt. I've had a doll whose whole head in the inside was completely, literally bald. And she only had hair on the perimeter of her head. When I took her ponytail down, I was gonna cry. Like, that doll is just hopeless. I just popped her head off and used her body as a donor because I could not deal with it. Y'all, I don't see bald spots. Are you kidding me? How did they get this hair to lay so flat against her head? What? Mattel, are y'all magicians over there? What is you people doing over there? Amazing. So she don't have a bunch of bald spots and her hair is long and luscious like this? Or is it just this one side? Unbelievable. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. I can't even get like all her hair in my whole entire like frame. Let me see. Let's zoom out. Zing, son. Look at this hair. It's coming way down past her feet. So she like has to be in high heels if she wants to wear her hair down. And this is the hair while it's wavy like this. That is outrageous. Bro, I feel like I'm in like 4th grade right now. I'm having flashbacks. This is insane. This is unbelievable. This hair is like, what? This is like mermaid status right now, bro. Like, let me get one of those jewel hair mermaid Barbie outfits to put on this doll, because this would be my dream version of those dolls, okay? What? She is everything. You could do so much with this doll, trying to kind of like recreate your own version of whatever fantastical character you want to turn her into. What? She could be like a witch with this kind of hair. She could be a fairy, a mermaid. Oh my gosh. A lot is just coming to my mind. Like, what would you do with a doll with hair like this? It's so pretty. And I love that it is a very realistic color, that they didn't go with a full-on like rainbow hair on her. Because like I said, I do have another doll that has hair this length, but that doll has rainbow streaks in her hair, and I don't like to keep her on display too much because she does have a very fantastical kind of a look and theme. And even when I dress her in like regular clothes, she always looks like she's doing too much, you know? So she doesn't blend with the rest of my characters in my collection. And then the favorite color in her hair for me is the purple, which is way underneath in the back of her head. So I have to style her hair a certain way in order to see the purple. So it's just a lot of work trying to like mess around with that doll in her hair. But this one, I can enjoy the length without having to compromise on all the style issues. Now in comparison, I do have my Frida Kahlo here, who I've changed her from that character. You see, she does not have a unibrow anymore. And she does also, when you take down Frida's hair, have very long hair. And I was shocked to find that this doll also did not have a bunch of bald spots in her head. I did have to manipulate this hair to get it straight like this though, because she had her hair up in like a twisted style. And when you take that down, there's a lot of ripples in the hair. So I wanted to see like how long it really was. So I straightened it out. You can see, I mean, there's not even a comparison as far as the length of the hair is concerned. Not even close. The other Nichelle that I have in my collection is this one, who's my favorite one. And I love her hair texture so much. She's got these huge curls that I never brush because I don't want to mess up the curls. But it just suits her so nicely. And she does have a different skin tone than my other Nichelle doll, who's got like a lighter skin tone. This one is a little bit darker. Now, Tojua here has the darkest of all of them. Stop doing them. Everybody trying to get some attention around here. Like, can y'all relax? It's not your turn yet. Goodness. So here's how the 3 dolls compare, and they're all the same sculpt, but you can see they clearly look like different people because the face-ups are so different. They each have like a completely different style of screenings. She reminds me a lot of like an Integrity Toys doll for some reason. I feel like there's an Integrity Toys doll that she reminds me of a lot, so maybe that's why. And all of these girls right now are on made to move bodies. They've been transplanted onto those bodies. With this doll though, I don't need to transplant her because she's already got the level of joints that I'm comfortable with. Although, to be honest, the superhero body does not have as much flexibility as a made to move body, so you are limited in the ways that you can pose the doll. Now, I just want to compare skin tones here to see if these girls are even similar, because I'm trying to figure out if they're the same tone. It's so hard to tell. Like, they look very similar. I'm not looking at the head so much as the bodies because I don't know why, but Mattel loves to put dolls on like the head and the body will be completely different colors and they'll still sell it to us like that. So I can't always judge based on the faces of the dolls. What do you guys think? Do you think that these bodies are the same color? I feel like this one is slightly darker and she is also a dark complexion. Oh no, they're not the same. Yeah, they're not the same. Okay, so this is the one that would be from kit number 3. Also the Claudette doll from the single dolls would be a match. And this doll is clearly not the same skin tone. She's a little bit lighter. So this is a totally different skin tone here that we're looking at. Honestly, I don't really know who she matches. I want to say she might even be like a yellow top, made to move skin tone, but somehow I feel like that's wrong. I feel like that body is a little bit more red than this one, maybe. I'm not going to say there's no other dolls that have this skin tone, because that's like crazy. There probably is, but I just don't have one handy here in my collection to compare her with. If I do find one, then I'll be sure to update in a video to let you guys see. So you don't want to miss any of my videos. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for being patient with me, sticking around to see different parts of what I'm doing with the dolls. But that means there's another video coming for you where you can enjoy looking at this doll, seeing her redressed in some other outfits. So we'll restyle her in the next video. But long story short, this is what you can expect if you decide to add this doll to your collection. The hair is my favorite part at this stage, even though I love her face sculpt too. I mean, this hair, like, I can go on and on for days trying to figure out different hairstyles for this doll, and I'm so happy to find that she does not have gaping bald spots. This doll is only available that I know of at this time through Mattel Creations website. I do believe you have to be a member in order to buy this doll, but I could be mistaken. I think that you do, but if that's true, the membership costs $9.99 for the entire year, and you just renew it the next year. So I think it's worth it to get, because there's so many dolls that I've been able to acquire since I bought my membership that the membership allowed for me to have access to, and even some sales that I was able to take advantage of that gave members more of an advantage price-wise. For example, with my turquoise gemstone doll, she was on sale for members only for only like $30-something recently, which is why I added her to my collection, and her retail price is $100 whole dollars, y'all. So you know I wasn't gonna spend that on that doll. I'm just not. Yeah, but for 30-something, she's totally worth it. My suggestion is to just go ahead and get the membership, even though I can't stand Mattel, and I'm telling you, if I could help it, I wouldn't. But it is what it is, you know, win some, lose some. Also, my heart goes out specifically to my fellow collectors who are in other countries where Mattel doesn't ship dolls to. There are so many of you guys, and it breaks my heart every time I hear y'all talking about dolls that you want but you can't get because Mattel just refuses to ship to your country, which is bonkers to me. It's just sad. That makes me sad when I hear people talking about dolls that they're missing out on literally just because they can't get it in their country. And of course, the ones who can get the stuff to their country, y'all gotta pay exorbitant, like ridiculous prices for these dolls that are already ridiculously priced for us Americans. And it just tears my heart out when I hear y'all talking about it. But shout out to you guys for somehow keeping it together and like being patient and just kind of living vicariously through other collectors when we post our videos and our pictures on the internet to share with each other. That's like the best you can do, I guess. So I know what that feels like too, because I feel the same way when I watch people's videos of dolls that like I can't afford or can't buy or can't access, and I'm just like, oh, this doll is so beautiful, and I'm like looking all over the internet for images or videos of the dolls because I just want to look at them. Yeah, we're building a little community over here. If you want to join us, just hit the subscribe button. Everybody is welcome to share their love of dolls if they're adults on this channel. This is not a channel for children. I'm sorry, kids. This is not meant for children. So if there are children watching this, then whatever. It's not a channel that's meant for children. It never has been. It's not a secret. I feel like us adults don't have enough safe spaces on the internet where we can go and just geek out about dolls. Why not make this one of them? So make sure you're subscribed. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought about this doll. Are you adding her to your collection? Did you add her to your collection? What do you think of her? Are you disappointed by anything about this doll upon receiving the doll? Like, one of the things that's always a concern with me when I get stuff from Mattel is wonky eyes. So as soon as I get the doll, like, I have to rip them out of the packages to make sure that their eyes are not crazy looking, because then I have to go through the nonsense of dealing with their horrible customer service at Mattel Creations to return the doll. And you can't return the doll once it's opened. I think it has to be in unopened condition, so I have to check it while the doll is still in the box. It's so aggravating. But yeah, thankfully I don't have that problem with this doll. I'm blessed right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Gypsy, on this channel. Don't forget to check out my links if you want to find some recommendations of doll collection related things that I have for you guys down in my info bar. Tell me if there's anything you want me to talk about or do in a future video coming up. Leave your requests in the comment section. And don't forget that we do have a restyle coming up of this lady very soon. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a dolly day.